Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday morning, about 8:14 a.m. on Friday in the Chicago area, Central Time, and I come in every Friday or try to go live every Friday about 8:15 with 5 minutes on Friday and something for you to think about. Good morning if it's morning where you are or whatever time you're watching this video. 5 minutes on Friday and something to think about. As usual, I am about to start my timer for 5 minutes so we can get going. So I posted today the question, are you getting enough rest? Are you doing too much? There is a poem by Langston Hughes, and I often said this is one of my favorite poems. It's called Mother to Son. Langston Hughes wrote this poem around 1922, and it describes a strong woman in this poem. Allow me to read it at this time. It's called Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps because you find it's kind of hard. Let me say that again. Don't you sit down on the steps because you find it's kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Looking at this poem today in a different season of life, there are some portions of this poem I now question the validity of. And that portion is the portion that says, don't you sit down on the steps because you find it's kind of hard. Sometimes now I believe it's all right to sit down. It's all right to take a rest. It's all right to regroup, to basically refocus. It's all right to take a rest. Are you getting enough rest? Are you doing too much? I'm reading a book currently by Tricia Hersey, and it's called Rest is Resistance. She talks about the history of our work, how we came here to America basically to work. Part of the text, she says, you are worthy of rest. We don't have to earn rest. Rest is not a luxury, a privilege, or a bonus we must wait for once we are burnt out. Grind culture has normalized pushing our bodies to the brink of destruction. Are you getting enough rest? Often, the scripture quoted for rest is Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 29. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. This scripture is actually Jesus speaking about the oppression placed on people at that time for religious legalism. The Message Bible, I like the way they describe these scriptures, and it says, are you tired? Worn out? Burnt out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. I close today with text from the book which says, I wish you rest today. I wish you a deep knowing that exhaustion is not a normal way of living. You are enough. You can rest. You must resist anything that doesn't center your divinity as a human being. You are worthy of care. Are you getting enough rest? Are you doing too much? Be blessed. Have a fabulous day.